SWAT found the shooter. Self-inflicted gunshot to the head. He had a duffel bag full of ammo. He was in some bushes down by the river with his AR-15.
The internet has largely been convinced that David is the shooter. I've seen some people even theorizing that maybe Doug Driscoll goes on a rampage, but we ultimately reveal that the cops have caught this guy. He's dead. They found him in a bush. It's not a character we know.
Do we know why he did it?
Doesn't matter.
Beyond just subverting expectations, what was the idea there about making the identity of the shooter sort of irrelevant?
The identity of the shooter is irrelevant. You know, the motivation of the shooter is irrelevant. That has absolutely nothing to do with the horrific nature of the work that these people have to perform and the aftermath of this. So why give it any attention? It's certainly not going to make any difference at this point in any of the people's lives who are in our environment. That said, we did enjoy the misdirect of having a lot of people think it was David or Doug Driscoll or, you know, I even read some wilder theories on that. But that was to underscore the sort of storyline that we really wanted to explore with David's character about misunderstanding at every level, trying to connect, but missing at the crucial moments when that connection really needs to be in place. Otherwise, it can trigger suspicion, paranoia, panic, over-involvement, you know, lapse in judgment. All sorts of things happen in the wake of our bias and our misinterpretation and our misunderstanding of David's behavior.
I told you he didn't do it.
I know. But you said yourself his threats were serious. At least now we're nipping it in the bud.
You think this is that easy? Think again.
Were we wrong to intervene? Maybe not, but we were wrong in this particular case to assume that it was one-to-one. And I think that that's another important lesson to take from this, is that while, you know, thought crimes are not crimes, but they could be cries for help or needs for attention or for analysis. And I think that was an important message to get across.
Leah didn't make it.
Oh my God.
He is kind of blaming me for not saving her.
In episode 14, we finally meet Robbie's ex, played by Sarah Jane Morris. Talk to me a bit about finally introducing this character and how crucial a role you think she still plays in Robbie's life at this point.
Good question. Well, firstly, it was very kind of lovely and ancestral in a way that Sarah Jane is married to Ned Brower, who plays Nurse Jessie on the show. So it was kind of fun that they got to work together on the same day that we were all working together. For Sarah, it was incredibly challenging to jump in on this train at that late stage in that moment. I mean, she's literally comes to work. First day, the entire set is covered in blood. We're all covered in blood, and she's got to come in at this high level of emotion and concern and have an immediate history and connection with me. You know, it's a daunting task, and she was brilliant, just brilliant.
Hey, look at me. Jake loves you, okay?
Why have her come in at this stage? It just seemed appropriate to bring in somebody who has zero frame of reference for Robbie in this environment. We haven't met somebody like that yet as a grown up, except for Jake. Somebody who knows his tendencies to blame himself and to go into a sort of shame spiral. Someone who knows his intentions are pure and honorable, even if a little damaged. Someone who she has affection for, but also was probably hurt by, but has rationalized that by at least her son has a good positive male role model in his life, and that outweighs whatever disappointment she may feel that the relationship didn't work out.
I wasn't aware of that connection, that casting connection, which leads me to another one, which is you have Brad Dourif coming in, playing Cassie's dad.
Thank you so much for coming in to pick up Harrison.
Are you okay?
I mean, relatively speaking, I'm fantastic.
Was that cameo always intended, or did that sort of come together at last minute?
So last minute, and blessedly so, because I doubt that we probably could have pulled it off if we had planned it, but it was so kind of quick and easy to accomplish that I was so excited because I'm a huge Brad Dourif fan. I've been a fan of Brad's, not just, Cuckoo's Nest, but Wise Blood and Mississippi Burning. I mean, his character on Deadwood was like giving an acting lesson every week. I mean, I've been a fan of his forever. I think his work is exceptional.